One morning, went into her bedroom and found her on the floor in the bathroom. She had taken medication. She had attempted suicide. I'm an occupational therapist by trade. My husband is a teacher. We are really well equipped to help children. We did not have the tools and resources to be able to support her in a healthy way without outside help.
Annika struggled with anxiety from a very early age. When she was in first grade, actually, she was having enough anxiety at school. We decided then that school probably was a challenging environment for her, trying to navigate all of the social dynamics. So we ended up homeschooling her from that point through fourth grade, actually. And I will say that homeschooling was a wonderful opportunity for her to grow as a person. But we decided to put her back in school in fifth grade because seemed like she was doing pretty well, and made a good transition to a little public charter school. So it was a small environment and worked really well for her. She continued to have anxiety that made it hard to take tests, that made it hard to want to get together with friends outside of school. Tried to do the best we could as her parents in supporting her mental health. My husband and I are both very comfortable talking about mental health. We're very open about struggles and needing help. My husband has worked with adolescents in group homes with mental health issues. So we both felt like we had the tools in the toolbox to help support her as much as we could. But I don't think as a parent that you don't know what you don't know. And we reached a point certainly just before her crisis that we just didn't know what to do anymore. We didn't have the skills, the tools to help her be successful.
One morning, I was making breakfast and I called her name. She didn't answer. I went into her bedroom and found her on the floor in the bathroom. She had taken medication, cut herself significantly to the point that she needed medical attention. So called 911. They came and stabilized her.
We went to the children's hospital. She was there for 5 days. And one of the questions that they asked us is many times, do you feel safe bringing her home? And the hardest thing you'll ever do as a parent is say, I can't keep my child safe. I cannot bring her home. And that was when the social worker that was at the children's hospital said, we are looking at a place for your daughter to go that will help her through this crisis. I will say that the 5 days we spent in the hospital were the hardest 5 days of my life. We tried to access resources out in our community, but again, it wasn't enough. And it wasn't until she was truly in a mental health crisis that we were connected to Trillium.
Many families aren't aware that these services exist. So once they reach this level of care, many of them are very appreciative and thankful that their kids finally receiving the mental health services that they've been looking for quite a bit of time. There's a lack of exposure. So what I mean by that is conversations, media exposure, whether that be the radio, internet, television, to where whether that be a stigma that prevents that or just the lack of information or accurate information.
The need to maintain and retain this level of service that Trillium offers is key. The continuum of care means the levels of treatment from preventing illness to a state hospital level of care. We need all the pieces in order for children and their families to have the service at the right time at the right place.
Trillium has the only residential programs in the state. Without Trillium, we wouldn't have any psychiatric residential treatment services at this time.
I visited her every day, except for one that she was there. And the day in the kids' rooms, there's, I can't remember if it's a chalkboard or whiteboard, but there's something that they can draw on and write on in their rooms. And the day I went in, and she had drawn flowers and poetry and all kinds of things on it, I was like, okay, she's coming back, because she's a kid that loves beauty and words and writing and poetry. And so to see those things come out again was really powerful. I knew that she was starting to come back to us in that moment.
I was able to come here to London to be studying. And in so many ways, I'm kind of living my dream life. The plan is to finish getting my bachelor's degree in psychology. And I mean, ultimately, I would like to go to medical school to become a psychiatrist. And we'll see from there.
That's all you want as a parent, right? You just want your kids to be happy. You want them to find their passions and their joy in life. And to see that start to come out again was really, that's when we knew it was going to be okay. We were going to get through it.